Hey guys, it is our first Instagram feed review of November. We're starting a new month and I'm really excited about this one because there is so much going right here. I love this Instagram feed. So this is Fashion Art Ventures. This is Michaela Koleva. I believe that's how you say it. Hopefully I didn't butcher that. Of course, she has this beautiful photo of her drawing, which is amazing because she's a fashion illustrator and blogger. And I feel like this is the perfect photo of her to encompass that. It shows her doing what she does best. I love her handle. I think that's awesome. She has a website. So when you click over, she has a landing page for Instagram. It goes straight to this page. It has her photo. It has her logo. It has navigation, which I think is perfect. There's templates that people can have. You get access to the freebie library. It directs people to YouTube. So this is amazing. And it has her feed here at the bottom. I love this. I love that you can direct people specifically from Instagram where you want them to go next. She has a beautiful branded YouTube channel. She has a ton of videos. And so if anyone wants to learn how to draw in a similar fashion as she does, this is a great resource. I really love that Instagram landing page. So those of you that have seen my Instagram landing page, I feel like this one's way better. I feel like there's so many more things to do on here. She has this laid out so nicely. And she has multiple opt-ins, which I think is great. So let me go back to her feed. Now here on her feed itself, there's a lot of awesome branded content. There's graphics, so like with quotes. There's some of her drawings. This is one of my favorites because it's a styled stock photo with one of her drawings overlaid in it. This 9 grid right here is very branded for the color palette. The images even of herself and her husband are still, hopefully that's her husband, is very branded. The color palettes all work together and fit. So I would encourage you guys to do the same, is even images of like your kids and things of yourself, have it all make sense. So something like this, it kind of does stick out a little bit, not too bad. These two aren't too big of a deal, but I would maybe take photos like intentionally of my family that are a little bit more color palette oriented, or turn them to black and whites if you can't, if there's a really good image, but you can't make it work within like the flow of your feed, maybe turn it to black and white. But I think overall, there's a lot of great, beautiful stuff happening on here. I love the mix of content that she shares, and you go down and there's a lot of content here. I'm going to go here to this post because, like I said, it is one of my favorites. She has a really long caption here, and it has some deep insights into her life. She talks about failed afternoon naps, Disney movies. She's failing at managing her time over the last 3 weeks. She's oversleeping. She's finally started using Adobe Illustrator. So I feel like this is a really good point to make, is that people love not to hear about your failures, but to really relate to them. So I am a terrible sleeper, and I completely relate to that. I have twins as well. So when you talk about your kids and your family and your shortcomings that you perceive them to be, you just make yourself more real and relatable to your audience. So if I was even remotely interested in learning how to draw, the fact that this woman has kids, she has learned how to use this program in the time that she isn't sleeping with, whatever, I can completely relate to that. And so I feel like the more you talk about the things you're both good at and you suck at, I feel like those are the things that are going to make people find you and know that they identify with you and become part of your tribe. But I will say, my suggestion to you is to take something like this. So this post, there isn't much to it. There's just a little bit of a quote, and you have your hashtags. I would say maybe try to bust in 30 hashtags every post, just because it makes you just that much more searchable. Not many people, I feel like, anymore search based on these, but you never know, right? I like to give myself the best chance of exposure as possible and get the most amount of people potentially coming across my content. So I feel like, why not use all 30? I feel like that's just a good option to do. But what I will say about this is I feel like you could take, if you're looking for ways to come up with more content that's more depth instead of width, taking this and kind of building it out into maybe a 9 grid, or even if it's just 3 posts, talking about where the inspiration came from, talking about maybe the model that you use to draw this, talking about how you love drawing umbrellas now or whatever, or the color palette. You could have done a mood board with the color palette. Just taking this one image, I feel like it's so beautiful, and it's such a shame to have it just be one post. Take it and expand it into multiple posts. Like, you can get so much more out, so much more mileage out of the content you're already creating. So that's my suggestion for you. All in all, I think you're doing an amazing job. Just keep working at it.